morning, good morning. On the topic, thank you for welcome to my porch. Thank you for coming. Here we go, maybe a little more light there. Let's adjust my screen just a hair. Let's adjust Facebook just a hair. So good morning, YouTube, and good morning, Facebook. We are getting ready to work out a little bit this morning. As it doesn't matter, you can still use it, of course. This is not specific to being stuck at home. I'm grabbing water real quick. So grab some water, make sure you're hydrated. I have a mat out. Grab a mat or just your carpet's fine. Okay, so now you can't see my head, YouTube. And adjust this again. Hang on. Sometimes this takes some doing. Okay, we'll go with that. All right, so this morning we're doing a no equipment vertical, which means standing butts and guts workout mostly. So to get warmed up though, I'm going to be borrowing some basic modified sun salutations from yoga. Okay, so let me just tell you what we're going to do today. We're going to be working a lot on core stability and a lot on our hips and booty while in various standing poses. And like I said, through our sun salutations as well. So this is the kind of workout that you can do anywhere at any time. Take it with you wherever you're going or while you feel really good and strong today, not stress you out, and let you get started on a really productive, awesome day. That's my goal. So to get warmed up, we're going to start at the top of your mat if you have one. If not, just make sure that there is like leg space behind you. I stand with my feet pretty close together. You can put them all the way together or just right underneath your hips with your big toe facing forward. Now remember, anytime you work out with me, what do you do first? A, B, C. A is for alignment, B is for breathing, C is for core engagement. Without those elements, nothing else works or it's highly ineffective. So check your alignment, shoulders are back and down, head is nice and tall. Someone is pulling you from the top and the bottom of your spine. Legs are nice and strong. Navel is working out or really through life. This part of your core, your transverse abdominis, is holding you up and in, holding those organs and holding the muscles up nice and strong. That's your stabilization right there. And it wraps all the way around you, which means that your lower back needs to be nice and stable too. You can't just fall into our lower back. Our lower back needs to be nice and long, and that's going to stabilize our spine and our head and our shoulders. Take a couple of breaths into your lungs. So your lungs live under your ribs, not in your belly. Expand and contract your lungs while holding that transverse abdominis up and in. And then we begin. Breathe and reach up. Exhale to fold with a flat back. And then once you get to flat with a nice long back, soften your knees a little bit. Release the spine. Drop the head. Pull your navel up and away from your clothes and away from your legs. Now breathe in and go back into that flat back. Hands can go to the legs. Exhale and drop the head back down. Let the spine get nice and long. Loosen up the knees even more. Get your hands flat on the ground. Set your knees behind you. This is heavily modified. So if you are a yoga expert and you've already warmed up and you're ready to be in full play, go for it. Otherwise, we're doing a nice, easy warm up. So we're going to rock back and forth here, back to our knees and up over our hands, back to our knees and up over our hands. We're just getting our hips moving. If your knees hurt, then put something underneath them. You can fold the mat a couple of times or stick a towel under there. Now stay back on your heels. Get your arms nice and long. Then tuck your toes under. Start lifting off of the floor and send your hips up toward the sky. So this is a very modified downward facing dog. Don't shove back onto your heels too fast. We want a nice long back, ears between the biceps, shoulders away from the ears. And we're trying to get into a flat back with hips high. So in other words, if you're way up like this, the idea is to try to ease yourself back. You can soften the knees a little bit, get those hips nice and high, and then we're going to walk to the top of the mat. Knees can be bent. Breathe in, and we're going to stand all the way up. So pull your belly up first. Breathe in. Exhale, fold halfway with a flat back. and then release the spine, drop the head. Breathe into a flat back. Exhale, soften the knees, get the hands all the way down, knees come back. This time we're gonna come down towards the mat. Right now I have a shoulder injury. I have to take my hands a little bit wider. If you're not struggling with your shoulder, you can keep your hands narrow. Come down towards the mat and lengthen your body out nice and long. Okay, now reach up through the crown of your head. Up and forward slightly, but pull your belly button out of the floor. And then ease it back down. Breathe in and press the crown of your head away. And exhale and come down towards the mat. One more. Exhale and come down. Now I want you to really brace yourself. We're going to push all the way back to child's pose. Brace yourself, push yourself up and all the way back to child's pose. Then tuck your toes under, send your hips high. Ease your weight back towards your heels. And this time in our downward facing dog, we're just going to sort of pedal out our heels and try to get more juice and more length in the back of the legs. Back is nice and long. Shoulders away from the ears. Hips are really super, super high. And then we're going to walk towards the top of the mat. We're going to do it one more time. Breathe and reach up. Exhale, fold halfway down with a flat back. And then release the spine. Drop the head down. Then breathe in into a flat back. Exhale, soften the knees. Hands come down, knees come down. Shift your body forward slightly. Open the arms if you need to. Come down towards the mat. And then get ready. Push all the way back to child's pose. Tuck the toes under. Lift all the way up into your downward facing dog. Ease your weight back onto your heels. See if your legs are a little straighter this time. Getting that body nice and awake. Okay, so now we're going to go into a bit of a lunge progression. So strength through the hips like I promised you. Right leg comes forward. And then you're going to come up and out of it. So your right leg is forward and bent. And your left leg is back and straight. Both legs extremely important. We're going to go down and up from here. So down and up. Down and up. So all I'm doing is bending and straightening that right leg. You can adjust your gait, how far back you step, as much as you want. And if you're feeling it, you come all the way down, all the way up. Regardless of which position you're using, make sure your navel is pulling away from your thigh and you're keeping your back nice and flat. And one more like that, you can keep going, or you can lift the leg to the front. And lift, and back, and lift, and back. We're getting some heat in that right leg. Back, and lift, back, and lift. One more. I'm going to have you stay in the lift. Stay here. I'm going to have you extend your leg. Extend and release. Extend and release. Anytime you need to tap the foot down, you can. What are we doing? We're balancing. We're working the hips, which means we're working core and hips together. Try to get nice and long through that leg. One more. Good. Now we're going to go back into warrior three. So take that leg behind you, point your toes down, and come back up to stand. Come back, press your heel back, toes down towards the mat. So we're not opening out to the side. We're keeping our hips squared off and towards the mat. We're using the standing leg. Can you feel that yet? Press back through your heel and come up. Okay, now you can stay here going in and out of warrior three, or you can add arms and come down towards the mat and come back up. So it's just a little more range of motion and a little more balance, a little more challenge for the core and the back of the leg. Breathe and come down towards the floor. Exhale and come up. Breathe and come down towards the floor. Exhale and come up. Okay, so remember your choice. You can do big range of motion or keep it small. Come all the way down, stay there. Hands come down towards the floor, stretch out both legs. So my hands are flat on the ground. If your hands are not flat on the ground, get something to put your hands on. They can even be on the wall. They can be on the wall, they can be on furniture, whatever. We're stretching both legs to as straight as they're willing to go. And left leg comes down. Stay here for just a moment and then press that right leg back. So we're switching legs. Left leg in front, right leg in back. We're going to start with standing and lunging. Here we go. Stand and back. So you can start out here with a little bit of support on the left leg. You can come down lower. Your choice. Make sure that you're stabilizing through the core. Tummy stays up and in, nice and strong through that front leg. And if you want to, you add the balance at the top. So it's down balance, down, balance. Did I mention that all of this increases heart rate? That's not bad, right? Let's increase our heart rate for a few minutes. It's good for us. Down and up. Let's do one more. Down and up, freeze at the top. Okay, see if you can hold that balance on that left leg. Extend and in. Extend and in. While you're here, belly button up and in. Navel pulled in, back nice and tall. Think about your ABC again. Catch your breath. A nice balance. And then warrior three. So take that leg behind you. Point your toes down. Press through that back heel. Both legs are straight. Check your hips. They're facing forward. And we're going to go in and out of that pose. So just going into that warrior three. Then bring the leg towards the mat. Warrior three. Bring the leg towards the mat. Tap down anytime you need to. And when you're feeling like you're ready for a challenge, you float the leg the whole time. Add the arms if you're ready. So arms are over my head, coming down towards the floor, and then coming all the way up. Coming all the way down, and all the way up. Your choice, your range of motion, your distance, your leg. Three more. Stay in the split. Or stay wherever you are. Hands on furniture, hands on the wall, hands wherever. Stretch through both legs. Breathe. And then right leg comes down. Down and up in a sumo type of squat. So when we're doing these, we're pressing our knees back, dropping the body straight down and up. In a typical squat, we're thinking booty back. Not this one. This one is straight down and up. You want to keep your tailbone tucked under. You've still got your ABC going here through your torso. And I'm going to add a little balance. So my right leg is going to lift. And I'm going to go towards the side and reach. Lift. Down. Lift. Okay, so what does this do? It's a little more pressure here on the supporting leg. And because of the angle, it's a little more core support. So nice and long through your sides. Don't forget about those sides. Don't crunch the side. Make them long. Long and reach. Don't forget to breathe. Your pace may be different from mine. And some of you might not be leaving the ground, which is fine. Here is also fine. 3, 2, hold it up. So you're either here or you're lifted. Whoops. You're lifted, okay? If you're like me, you gotta swim for a minute once you get there. We're gonna lift and lower that leg. Lift, lift. So you can either be tapping down every time or floating it. Here's your tap. Here's your float. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. See if you can hold it for a moment and ease out of it. Okay, squat down and up. We're just back here for a moment. Catch your breath. In my kind of workouts, we catch our breath in squats. Feels nice. Just open those hips. Press those knees back. Okay, so now we're thinking we're going to be balancing on the other side. We're going to be reaching out toward our right, lifting our left. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Down and lift. Long through your sides, navel up and in. Strong transverse abdominis, which means pull this part up and away from your clothes. Remember to tap if you need it. It's still lengthening. It's still working that leg. It's your choice. For 3, 2, hold it. Whoop, tap if you need it. Swim a little bit. Reach and lift that leg. Lift, lift, lift. Remember, you can tap every single time or float it. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold. Set it down nice and easy. Shake those legs out. How we doing so far? Woo! Okay. Going into a bit of a triangle series. Legs wide. Turn your left toes towards the top of your mat. Legs are straight. So to start this, you're reaching with your left arm towards your left toes, reaching back through the right hip towards the back of whatever room you're in and out from there. Okay, you're between 2 panes of glass, so you're not sticking your booty back. You're pressing back through your hip toward the back of your room or your space, holding your tummy muscles up and in and lengthening both sides. Reach. Now, hold it. Hold. This arm goes down. This arm goes up. What are we in? We're in triangle, okay? So my triangle never crunches down like that. It's sides long. We want the hips to be strong and the sides to be strong because we're going to add on. Close it. Open it. Close it. And open it. Now, you can make this super easy by not pulling your belly up and in, or you can challenge yourself by keeping your sides long, your back flat, and pull your navel for 3, and breathe. For 2, and breathe. For 1, and breathe, and we're going to go into a half moon. So that's a balance pose. Take that back toe, inch it up just a little bit. We're gonna come down towards the floor, lift this leg, and we're still between 2 panes of glass. Look at something that's not 2, 1, come out of it. All right, open those legs nice and wide. Right toe turns out towards the back of the mat. What do we do first? Reach, release, reach. It's like you're trying to grab somebody's hand toward that side of the room. So we're not gonna waste energy and send our hips behind us. We're sending them that way while we reach forward. Grabbing somebody's hand, pull the belly up and in, lengthen both sides. 3, 2, stay reached. Reach, 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 reach. Hand goes down, opposite hand goes up. Sides are long, super, super long. Do not crunch into your side. Exhale to close it. Inhale to open it. Exhale to close it. Inhale, open it. Exhale, close. Inhale up. Exhale, close. Inhale up. 2 more. Exhale, close. Maybe you got a little lower in your body. Last one. And reach. Now we're going into that half moon. So ease that back foot forward. Find your position for your toes. Look at something on the ground or above your head. Start to lift that back leg. Ease yourself down towards the floor. Shoulder over shoulder, hip over hip. Big toe of the lifted leg is towards the front of the room. For 3, 2, 1, come up and out of it. And shake it out for a second. Okay, a little more standing vertical Pilates. We're gonna do some leg swings. So we're easing ourselves out of cardio and just focus on strength of core and booty. Balance on your left leg. Right leg comes to the front. Swing it forward and back without moving your torso. Okay, so sometimes in some practices, we want to practice sort of this forward and back. Right now we're not. We're maintaining from head to hip, and we're swinging the leg forward and back. Exhale to the front, and really pull the belly button up and see where your range of motion is today. Now, if you really struggle with balance and you're not able to float the leg yet, just move over by a wall or a door jamb or a post and put your hand on it. Okay, so it would be on this side, swinging on the outside leg. For 3, 2, hold it to the front, inner thighs towards each other, pull the belly up and in. Lots of inner thigh action here. Stabilizing and lifting out of that lower back. For 3, 2, hold, and then come back down. Same leg is going to tap out to the side. Reach the same arm up. The elbow and the knee are going to go towards each other. This is not a crunch. This is not a crunch. This is stabilization, ABCs, pulling the belly up and in, and using the oblique. Both sides nice and long. For 3, 2, and 1. Set that side down. Okay, stabilizing now on the right and moving the left. Find your stabilization point. Shoulders back and down. Belly button up and in. Find it. Swing forward and back without losing your posture. So someone has nailed you right here. We're not going to let the belly push out. It's always pulling up and in. Remember, stabilize by a wall if you need the help. For 3, 2, hold it to the front. Little tiny squeezes across. Cross. So inner thigh squeezes towards each other. Belly button up and in. Body stabilized and lifted. Keep that leg up or hold. And set it down. Turn that toe out slightly, 45 degrees. Reach the same arm up, and it's elbow to knee. Body nice and tall. Oblique muscles here, staying long, stabilizing. You can feel them working. Navel pulled up and in. For 3, 2, and 1. Set it down. Time to stretch a little bit. So we're going to be coming back down to the floor. Just find yourself in a nice seated position. We need to do a couple of things to stretch our core muscles and to stretch our hip muscles. So slide one leg to the front of your mat. Slide the other leg behind you. Now you're going to straighten out the back leg and you're going to turn your body to face the front leg. Hips tucked to one side or the other. Body is nice and tall and belly button is pulling up and in. So both hips are stretching. You've got the front of this hip and you've got the back of that hip, and you're easing both hips closer to the ground. Your body can stay up or you can come down to your elbows. Just do not drop your head because that is strained on your neck. Keep your head, neck, and spine all in nice one line. Breathe into both legs. Allow that hip to open. And this is a short stretch. So when you're done with me, if you need more time here, pigeon pose, which is what we're in right now, is a fantastic pose to read, meditate, pray, whatever. It's like your body just can't get enough of this nice hip opener. Do it during your day, right? You've had a long day, you're working, you need a moment. Take it down to the floor, do a little pigeon stretch. All right, we're rolling out of that side and we're rolling to the other side. Same idea. So you're turning this hip, bring the other leg behind you, then stretch that leg behind you, ease yourself up and over, and then breathe into both hips. Feel those hips open. Maintain pulling that belly button up and in. Ease yourself closer to the ground if you want to. Give yourself time and then roll out of it and sit in a comfortable, I like to cross my legs position. If that's not comfortable for you, you can have your legs in front of you, whatever works for you. We just need to flex and extend. So flexing your spine is rounding it, getting lots of space between your vertebra, and extending your spine is opening your chest to the front and letting that spine go super long in the other direction. Neither direction should feel short or crunched. Both directions are intended to add space and length to your spine and to your core muscles. So the thing is, we can work out hard all day and never see the results of it if we don't get the muscles long again. If you see people walking around that just look short and confined and in pain, it's probably a flexibility issue. So don't leave it out or think that that is like the loser end of a workout. Like it is super, super important to get everything loose again. Okay, so those are the two parts we really worked today was the hips and the core. Give yourself some time if you need to stretch those a little bit more. You can lay on your belly and do some of those extensions like we started with today or whatever you need. Now, I do want to mention this is just one workout. I can come back and continue doing these with you, but what really, really works, especially if you're at home, is my huge library of workouts. I've done a bunch of workouts that are modified and helpful for new moms and people coming out of injury, just like if you were in school. So I highly recommend not just coming back to me and coming back to the mat and coming back to these free little workouts that I do, but getting into my system so that we can get you on a program that's appropriate for where you are. And that would be a different recommendation for a new mom than it would be for someone who is a highly trained athlete. So what you do is you leave me a message or you're seeing this video, or you go to my website, carriefit.com, and there I have all kinds of ways to be in contact directly with me. Don't play it by ear and guess and just kind of do whatever. That is not going to do as much good as something highly tuned directly for you. And what's so great is that all of the things that we do, you can do in your own time, at your own home, or if your gym opens back up, you can take it with you to the gym. There are no restrictions when it comes to you being really well and really fit. That being said, if you want to pay it forward, if you have a heart for fitness, if you want to be helping people that are in a situation like yours, and you know that there's something out there, this is for you. I'm not asking you to instruct live on a platform like I do. I've been teaching live for 26 years. If you don't want to teach live, that is great because we have so many other resources for you to use for people that the doors can be completely open to you. You can still help people, whether you want to instruct or just put people where they need to be on a healthy program for themselves and for you. It is limitless. I have a call this evening if you're watching this live or if you're watching it sometime on St. Patty's Day 2020. It's March 17th, 2020 at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. I have a call for people interested in teaching, coaching, instructing, or being online. And anyone can be a part of that. And it just spreads the wealth. It spreads the joy, the health. It's a ripple effect. And we need it. And we need you.